Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Andrew Rants, the video series where I stand upon my metaphorical soapbox pedestal of the world and I bitch and complain about things that annoy me, bother me, and just plain piss me straight the hell off. And today, I'm ripping Shark Tank a new asshole. No, wait a minute before you get your pitchforks and your gasoline and you light up your pitchforks soaked in your gasoline. Hold on, let me explain. I have no beef with the sharks. My beef is with something else. Now, before I go into what that beef is, let me ask anyone out there if they've ever seen the little movie called A League of Their Own. The movie where if I remember the plot correctly, and somebody please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. It's been a long time since I've seen the plot. Since I've seen the movie anyway, it's been a long ass time. But if I remember correctly, a bunch of women decide to get together and make their own baseball league. Or at least their own baseball team, and then form a small league, or want to join the female baseball league. I don't remember. I just remember it had to do with a whole bunch of women playing baseball. And I remember Tom Hanks being in it, and there was a famous line in that movie where he goes, "Are you crying?" And the lady's kind of shaking her head yes in a way, and he goes, "There's no crying in baseball," and he's yelling it at her. So, now that we have that premise, and by the way, I really don't remember much of the movie. The last time I saw it was on TV Land when they were still doing movies like every other Friday. They would air old movies, and that was a long time ago, and I just have not really watched it since. It's not like I'm not a fan of the story, I just don't like baseball. I really hate baseball, I really do. But anyway, I dive into this now. So, now that we have that premise set up, this is what always annoys me when I watch Shark Tank. Now, I love watching Shark Tank. I love watching the deal. I love the art of the deal. I love seeing how people queer the deal by just taking it one step too far and pissing the sharks off. Look, this is their offer. Just take the damn offer. You're not getting any others. Just take the damn money. No. I want it for this much. You haggled, they said no. Don't come at them with 1% lower than what your last one was, thinking that they're going to say yes. They're not going to say yes. You lost. Just take their price and run. And what bothers me is the pitches. Now, there are some that are really good pitches. There are some that are just stupid as all hell. And then there are the ones that start off really good, and then right about the point when they start explaining the product after their pitch is done and the sharks are talking to them, that they just lose me as a possible investor. Now look, I know everybody out there has tearjerker moments. There's an entire genre around it. And there are a couple on Shark Tank that I have given a free pass to. The cutting board, because the inventor himself was not there for it, he passed away, and it was his kids that pitched it to the sharks by proxy for him because he passed away, and it was always his dream to be on Shark Tank after he started the show and pitch his idea. But because he died before he could do that, the kids pitch hit for Dad. I'm all for that. That's fine, because it wasn't their invention, it was Dad's, and Dad died. I have no issue with that. That's fine. And there was another one that really did kind of hit me hard, because the person went through a whole hell of a lot in their life. Literally every good moment was immediately met with 3 bad moments, and I felt horrible for them. So those are really the only 2. I don't remember what the other product was. I honestly don't. I was actually digging through a lot of the old Shark Tank Wikipedia pages episode wise, trying to figure out what was all pitched to see if something re-sparked it, and I just can't remember off the top of my head, and I do apologize for that. But that's basically it. Those are the only 2 that I've ever given a pass to on this. But my beef with Shark Tank is whenever somebody starts crying. You don't cry on Shark Tank. The only exceptions, like I said, were the one that the person literally had horrible luck their entire life. Every single good thing was met with 2 or 3 bad things right afterwards, and the kids pitching the cutting board for dear old Dad. Because Dad was dead, they, wanted to fulfill his dream. Those are the only 2 that I give a goddamn pass to. But when you're pitching an idea and all of a sudden you're like, well, I worked in a factory for 5 years, and then suddenly they just closed it down, and I was out of my ass, and I didn't know what to do. You've lost me as an investor, because now you're just taking a sob story that happens to thousands of other people and you're using it to help pitch a product. Oh, okay, this thing's really cool. I'm really on board with this. You just started crying. I'm fucking out now. This was so cool. I was going to blow the wad on this. No, fuck it. You're done. I'm out. That's the problem. And the thing is, so many people don't understand this. You don't cry on Shark Tank. You wouldn't see me trying to pitch something to Google, going into their office, talking to them, and then bawling like a goddamn baby on their fucking coffee table and going, please, for the love of God, buy this. I broke off my ass. Please, for God's sake, I need this. Please. I'll kiss your ass and call it ice cream. You don't see me doing that at Google, for God's sake. I'm not going to go into Google's main office, ask to talk to their CEO and board of directors, pitch them a cool idea, and then when the mood starts to shift to, oh, I don't think they're going to invest in me, I start crying like a baby and offering to kiss their ass and call it ice cream and, kiss the ground they walk on. And there's a point when you have to scrape your dignity off the floor and walk out of there with your head held high. And when you start crying on Shark Tank, you can't do that. You honestly can't do that. Even if you get a deal, you should not walk out of there with your head held high, because you had to pull out the waterworks for that. You had to pull out the sympathy card. It's like, I gotta have you feel bad for me. I was diagnosed with an incurable disease, and this has been my all-time dream to, sell my product to people and make them happy. I don't know how to do it. And then they go, oh, we'll help you. It's okay. And then you have like all the right answers, and they give all the right answers, and you just mish and match together, and it's like perfect. It's beautiful harmony. And the next thing you know, you're up trillions of dollars, and oh, look, you magically found a cure. Because you have to pull out the waterworks card just to get a deal. I hate when that happens. If you know your product sucks and you're only there for the fucking commercial that you're basically getting in front of national audiences, just come right out and have the balls to say that. Just have the balls to say, I'm here for my 30-second commercial, courtesy of Shark Tank. I screwed over somebody else. And then you'll just piss off Cuban and he'll be out. You're probably pissed off Damon and Robert too at the same time if they're both on that week, and they'll be out. Then you'll be just left with Kevin and whoever's left on the Tank panel of 5 at the time, which could be anybody, technically. I mean, Lori's usually on there almost every week, but you never know. So then, okay, now you lose them. Okay, now you're screwed. The problem with Shark Tank is that when the entrepreneurs know that they're up shit creek, they start doubling down on stupidity. And they start targeting too hard on the remaining sharks. It's like, look, please, for God's sake, please invest in my business. I mean, I'm making plant-based toilet paper, for God's sake. You can literally take the tree limb from your front yard, run it through my pasta making device that attaches to your toilet's asshole connector, and you can make your own toilet paper that's so fresh, clean, and scented, and when you wipe your ass, it smells like a pine forest. It's perfect for you. Please, you have to invest in this. This is the best idea the world has ever seen. They turned down the guy that could turn shit into gold. They're not going to invest in you. Because that sounds like a gimmick gift or a gag gift. And they already said they don't like investing in those. And then you always have the one investor. Oh, I know exactly which shark I want to target for my pitch. Uh-huh. And pray tell, what happens if your shark may not be there that week? I think they're kind of told which sharks are going to be there that they'll be pitching to. That would almost be like me, again, going into Google and being told, oh, well, you're going to be pitching to our high CEO and the board of directors, and I'm talking to the janitor, the receptionist, and the coffee person. Yeah, that's a massive step fucking down. Sure, what the hell? You guys can invest your, I don't know, I assume Google pays you well. I mean, it's Google, it's not Sizzler. I assume that they pay you well. You guys are just going to invest your paychecks in my business? You sign your checks over to me, we call it a day, or what the hell, how are we doing this? Or am I just supposed to walk out here looking like an asshole? I was just supposed to walk out here looking like an asshole. See, that's my point, though, is that when you start crying in Shark Tank, you're not exactly helping your situation. You're making it worse. Because now, you're hoping that they'll feel sorry for you. Now, you're hoping that the sharks feel sympathy for you. That, oh, well, I'm just like him. I could have been just like this. You want to know the difference between you and the sharks? The sharks are on Shark Tank. You're on the other side of those chairs. Looking at them. They made themselves where they are today. You're coming to them begging on your hands and knees for money and help, experience, manpower, their investment. That's what you're coming there begging for. You're not begging to basically be given the keys to the goddamn kingdom. You're begging, I'm not even shitting on this, you're begging, literally begging for cash. You're no better than the beatnik with a tin cup on the fucking sidewalk in a major city. Only in this case, you have a garage full of this crap, and you need somebody to help you hit this shit across the world. Oh, I went viral on Twitter and Facebook. Uh-huh, and what happened when that died? Well, that's why I'm here. Uh-huh. And then when they start crying, you know, for me at least, that's when it's done. That's when I'm done. I don't care how cool the product is. I don't care how useful it is. I'm done. And the other thing I'm sick of right now, this one especially hits right now too, because this current season 12, as of this recording, you know everything that happened in 2020. It's going to go down in fucking history. It's the history textbooks for the 5 generations from now that will be learning about it when those are printed or put up onto the internet encyclopedia textbook of the sky. So, of course, every single person, every single pitch, every single one always goes something like this. Well, in 2019, we had... Sorry, let me go back a little further. In 2017, we did $500,000 in sales. 2018, we did $4.5 million in sales. 2019, $6.5 million in sales. 2020, well, because of COVID, we pretty much flatlined. I mean, we're pretty much DOA on the goddamn cart. We're hemorrhaging money out of our ass. But hopefully, next year, we're looking to be possibly, $250,000 in the red. We're going to be losing like $10 million this year. Every single one of them. It's, well, COVID really fucked me. COVID really screwed me. Oh, well, our business took a hit because of COVID. Here's a news flash for you, morons, and I want you to listen to this one. Please, please take this to heart. You are not the only one that got screwed. We were all in the same goddamn boat. Just because you have a business that started to fail. Oh, well, it was successful 2 years ago. That's great. I was also more handsome, younger, and more good-looking 2 years ago. Look at me now. I'm a fat slob. Oh, look, 2 years can change a hell of a lot. It doesn't necessarily have to be because of a massive pandemic. I mean, let's take a good example. Here, let me go back a little further. 6 years ago, when I was 25, I really had a lot of energy. I was hyper, I was energetic, I had gumption, passion, you name it, I fucking had it. 6 years later, time has just whooped my ass like a soccer ball. I feel like I've been beaten like a beanbag. I feel like Destiny's just sat on my ass and said, oh, this is such a comfy chair, I'm going to make it into a beanbag and beat the shit out of it. That's what Destiny feels like to me, and it's only been 6 years. Oh, well, we were so popular and successful, but we did so well. No! You got lucky! You hit the right time, the right moment, in the right place. If you have a successful business for 5 years, that I will say is good planning, marketing, and everything else. Oh, well, the last 2 years we made over $15,000 in sales a year, but our gross profit is closer to 2.5 million or something. That's bullshit. Where the fuck are you pulling these numbers out of your ass? Is there like is there like an alternate dimension inside your ass where these absurd numbers just come out like candy? Man, I'd love to know that. Maybe there's an alternate dimension where I can literally just stick my hand in there and everything I touch comes through my body, through my other hand, and just materializes. In that case, I'm going to go to that dimension, touch all the money, and it all come to this dimension. What the hell? Do you not see the stupidity in what you're saying? I'm seeing the stupidity in what I'm saying, just mocking you for what you're saying. And this goes on every time. They either start crying or they bitch that, oh, well, COVID really screwed us. COVID screwed everybody. That's not an excuse anymore. We all got screwed. That's like actually having your dog eat your homework, going into school, telling the teacher, the dog ate my homework, and everybody's homework was destroyed by a virus. This is all on fucking tablets. Oh, well, my dog ate my homework. Matthew, everybody's homework assignment was nullified because of a virus on the school server. Nobody was able to do it. Where'd you pull this bullshit dog story from? My BS meter on half of these Shark Tank entrepreneurs redlines almost instantly. Some of them, it takes a little bit of time after their stupid, god-awful pitch, and some of them are so goddamn stupid, I have to question who the hell is doing quality control bringing these nut jobs in. I mean, they gotta pass through a rigorous test. There was that show that ran congruent with Shark Tank on ABC that was to build the next best toy. There was 2 rounds of that bitch. 2 rounds in one episode. You had to basically pass the adults, and if you passed them, then you went to the kids. And when the kids said yes, then you got the deal. At least for that episode. Then they had to go and make sure that you got the ultimate deal with, I think it was Mattel. And yeah, I wonder how well that worked out. Well, let's see. Toys R Us is gone. Kmart's gone. Walmart and Target are being killed by their big brother Amazon. Oh yeah, that worked out swell, didn't it? Oh yeah, that worked out so good. And that's just how it works. So you figure, okay, so these people fill out the application, go on Shark Tank, and they get approved to go on. Who the fuck is doing quality control at, Shark Tank HQ to say, oh, well, this group of people's fine. Oh, this group of people's fine. Yep, this group of people's fine. Yep, nope, this group's fine too. Who's okaying this bullshit from going through? Because I have more questions again than I think you're willing to answer. The first of which being, how high are you smoking that joint right now? Or is there a fucking gas leak in your office? Half of these pitches should not show up on the show. Oh, it's a salad spinner. But it's a salad spinner that's like a fucking sack that you have to put the wet vegetables in, basically take the 4 corners, combine them together like the Planeteers calling on Captain Planet, minus Mati, and then you wing it around like you're doing the fucking Gangnam Style dance. And this was just on one of the recent episodes. You want to know what I did? I instantly went to my kitchen. I pulled out a grocery bag. I pulled out a towel. My mom's laughing her ass off at this while this lady's still pitching her thing on Shark Tank. I pull out the towel, put the towel into the shopping bag. I'm like, look, wet vegetables, plop them in. I pulled the bag closed, and I spun it around like I'm dancing Gangnam Style in the dining room. And guess what? It's the same concept as her stupid towel. Oh, goody! I think half the time these idiots come on here just hoping that the sharks will help them get a patent. Oh, well, if we get patented, we'll be golden. If you're not good enough to get a patent without the sharks, you're not good enough for a patent, period. Stop trying. There's a point when you have to say, oh, but I'm being persistent. No, there's perseverance, then there's persistence, then there's stupidity being taken far too far. You basically kick the other two out of the car, and you're driving stupidity half a block away from its house. How idiotic are you? And this is just some of the most stupidest pitches I have ever seen on this show. The quality in season 12 has gone downhill so bad it isn't funny. For every one or two possible good ideas, there's 10 horrible ones. What are you people on? Seriously, half of the stuff that's getting approved I don't even think should be approved. I agree with Kevin O'Leary some of the times. Well, let's just pay some respect for the money that literally just died in here. Yeah, who's stupid enough to invest in this stupid thing? Half the time the shark goes out, they should stay the fuck out. They gave a reason why they're out. Stay the fuck out. But then you have what brings me back to my video again. I tried so hard. It's just... And then right back to, oh God, you tug at the heartstrings. The kids that pitched their dad's cutting board. That one I give a pass to. Because dear old dad invented the cutting board. The kids didn't invent it. The dad invented it. The dad died. The kids brought his product to the Shark Tank to pitch on his behalf. They didn't invent it. He did. That's fine. They can cry because they're wanting to prove to the Sharks this was our dad's invention. We loved our dad, and we're doing this by proxy. I have no beef with that. But when you create the goddamn product, say for the other example that I cannot think of what the hell it was off the top of my head, but if you create the product or the business, and all of a sudden you're like, you have to pull out the sympathy card to try to get them on your side, you've lost. You have no chance of them saying, we'll give you a deal, we'll give you the money, it's okay, stop crying, please, you're going to ruin the carpet. I don't know. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. What do you think about the crying that's done on Shark Tank? Do you think it's over the top or super annoying? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. And until next time, I'm Andrew Rhodes, and this has been Andrew Rants.